Hey everybody, so today's lesson is going to be the pentatonic scale. Sounds like this. This is the A pentatonic scale and it goes from A to A, and I've just put a bonus C on the end. So the sequence is A, C, D, E, official end, going from A to A. And then I've just put a bonus C on the end, C, and back down. A, G, E, D, C, A, G, E, D, C, A. Alright, so I've drawn up this here chart showing the notes and the strings on which they are played. So you can see here on the E string you're on the 5th fret and the note is called A. That's your first note. Second note is the 8th fret and that note is called C. Okay, then we go down to the A string, you're on the 5th fret, that note is called D. 7th fret, the note is called E. Down another string to the D string, 5th fret's called a G, 7th fret's called an A, down another string to the G, 5th fret's called C, 7th fret is called D, down another string to the B, and we're going from 5th fret to 8th fret again, so those notes are E and G, and the thinnest E string at the bottom, 5th fret is A, 8th fret is C, and here's the whole sequence, A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G, A, ending on a C. Alright. So those are the numbers and the names and the strings on which they're played. And this is the way we do it. If you've got long enough fingers, you want to do the 3 fret gaps with your index finger and your little finger. So you have your index finger on the 5th fret on A, that's on the E string. And when you're going out to the 8th fret to play that C, you use your little finger. So that's the first step there. Then we go down a string onto the A string, still using your index finger on the 5th fret, but now we're going from 5 to 7. Now if your fingers are long enough, you want to be using your ring finger to go onto that 7th fret. So we go 5th fret, 8th fret on the E string, 5th fret, 7th fret on the A string. Now if your fingers are a bit shorter, you can use your little finger. So you'll have a big stretch there and less of a stretch there. Okay, working our way down, the D string is the same 2 frets, 5 and 7. So we're on the D string, 5th fret with our index finger, 7th fret with our ring finger, and those notes are G and A. So that's one complete run from A to A. It goes A, C, D, E, G, A, like that. In terms of the fret numbers, it's 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7. And in terms of the fingers, index, pinky, index, ring, like that. Okay? Alright, carrying on up, we're down to the G string now, on the 5th fret on the G string. That note is C, using our index finger again, ring finger goes out to the 7th fret, that note is D, so we've come up. Now we've got the last 2 strings to go, the B string and the E string. Both of these are the big gap, so it's from the 5th fret to the 8th fret. So those notes are E and G. And down here on the E string, the notes are A and C. The gap's 3 frets again. Okay, so if we take it slowly from the lowest note to the highest note, Alright, I'll do that one more time. Cool. And it only remains to go back down again from the highest note to the lowest note. So we'll start on that 8th fret on the E string, down to the 5th, that's C and A. 8th fret on the B string, down to the 5th, that's G and E. Okay, now we're back on 7th fret for the G string, down to the 5th, that's D and C. 7th fret on the D string, down to the 5th, that's A and G. 7th fret on the A string, down to the 5th, that's E and D. 8th fret on the E string, down to the 5th, that's C and A. So we're going from the top to the bottom, C, A, G, E, D, C, A, G, E, D, C, A. Right, so if we combine the two, we won't repeat that top note. As soon as we hit it, we'll come straight back down. So we'll go. Alright, and that's your pentatonic scale in A. I'll give you a full count and we'll do it nice and slow. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, one more time at that speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Choice. So the two things you can do with that, one is practice speeding it up a little bit, so over time you can get up to sort of and the other thing you can do is you can pick out little tunes just by choosing notes at random. Something. Cool. That should keep you pretty busy. Happy strumming.